Precious souls, I didn't even put this live on my post. It's going to be super quick because I think with the specific little meeting we were going to do for my collective, some of us had it down as 6, some of us had it down at 7. So while I'm here right now, I'm just going to pop on. I'm sure my little soul family will find me. And then we'll be doing that little meeting. Meanwhile, let's do a little reading while we're here. Happy eternal unconditional love day to everybody out there. Let's quickly tap into your higher self, guardian angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Let's see if there's a quick message while I'm here. Well, that's not overly happy. Someone trying to be deceptive in the background, trying to get away with something. They think it's not seen. Everything is seen. Looks like you're coming out of hermit. Okay, you're coming out of isolation. You've been there for a while, attaining a lot of wisdom, going within, trying to figure out what your next step is. What is this, spirit? Yes, you know full well what's been going on behind the scenes, but you do have some kind of an offer coming in, or you are offering to other people a way to learn more, almost like a elevated education. Yes, with the hermit in reverse, you've done your learning. You are now that teacher that's ready to come out and teach what you've learned to others. Thank you. You might even be given an opportunity, a message coming in where you have the ability and have an environment created where you can teach others what you've learned. And this will actually be some part of some spiritual connection with some other person. They want to come in, they see you, they want to come in and maybe offer collaborating. I'm hearing spirit. Yeah, speaking on the truth now that you see it about what you've experienced, where you're going, and this brand new path. 2-2. Cool. Oh, Donna, hey. Good to see you, Cautious Soul 44. Some of us had 6 o'clock p.m. down. Some of us had 7 o'clock p.m. down for our meeting. So I came on here super fast, didn't even put it on my post. And I figured we'll find each other. And right after, we can connect and do that meeting if it works for everybody. Sounds so funny. Okay, yeah. So there are childhood wounds, right, that were healed. Things about your childhood that you've learned how to heal these inner childhood wounds and walked away from people that continue to hold you back or not believe in this new journey, this new path that you're on. I feel like walking away is what's bringing this to light. This person coming forward that wants to collaborate, and you helping to share the messages that you've learned. Reverend's here. Hello, good eve and blessings. Hey, Donna and Kat. Hello, Reverend. Where is everyone? No one knew about this live because we're all expecting to do a meeting. So I'm going to do the meeting as soon as I know we're on the same page right after this, if it works for you guys. All right. Oh, look at this. Yeah. I feel like all of this, the pain that you've been made to go through in the past, this is what you're meant to speak on. There's this emperor coming forward. He wants to support these childhood dreams about bringing peace and harmony to others after you come out of this isolation. Any further guidance, spirit? Okay. Yeah. You're on this massive glow up and you're moving fast forward to success. That's why there are going to be a lot of people that do want to collaborate with you. But this one is some kind of a soul tie. Someone who wants to help you elevate, boss up, if you will, right? Love, lift us up where we belong. I've heard that before. It's some kind of a spiritual tie. But they want to support you on your journey now that you've walked away from anything that no longer serves you. So all of the wisdom that you attained doing this pattern recognition and healing those inner triggers and what you want to come forward and how there's a specific way that everybody will bring this forward, this information. It's going to be supported by this individual who sees who you truly are and feels a spiritual tie with you. Reverend One Horn, absolutely. It should be a fun meeting. I agree. Totally. And so right now, how do you guys want to do it in about, oh, now I feel bad if anybody believes it's at 7 and they're waiting for 7. Are you guys good with 7 p.m. tonight? It's like half an hour from now. There's always those growing pains, right? When we're first trying to do something, and it better work, and it will work. I know it'll work. I know we're so supported. Donna, I'm excited. Me too. Does 7 p.m. Eastern time work for you guys to do that little meeting? 7 is good. Okay, cool. And happy Heart Day, you guys. I'm sending you so much love. Oh my gosh, this card just got boxed like backwards. And it's a card about, well, really taming those inner egoic wounds and harnessing and using our emotions as a guide instead of being ruled by them. Like not reactive anymore, but instead this beautiful like emotional maturity that I think we've all reached at this point. Okay. Do you guys have any questions while we're on here? Oh, look at this. Cautious Soul 44 Donna says, Happy Heart Day. You look marvelous, darling. Oh, thank you. I even stuck the old red on, eh? Just like bought right into it. I was invited by family to a Valentine's dance that's literally right across the road, but I still, I'd like to be with my collective. You guys, you understand me. You're on the same journey. And quite frankly, I love to dance, but to go around a bunch of people that are either coupled up or are looking for some kind of quick action and they're all drinking is not really my thing right now. So I'm glad I'm here. Cautious Soul 44, I'm in black. Just kidding. Reverend One Horn, 7 p.m. is great. I'm feeling a wave moving in. Any sort of read on what it might be? Oh, it's so many things, Reverend. It is breaking through illusions. And it's the fact that we've totally broken through like like residual help me out, spirit. Residual lessons by seeing repeated patterns. It's like just when we thought we were there was a couple of the things coming up. It's really interesting, but I'm going to ask the cards. I want more details. It's way more than that. It is way more than that. It's so exciting. Okay, spirit. What is this wave? I just saw the queen wave, like spirit, what is this wave? Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Well, that's hilarious. Look at this. Love, love, love. That's hilarious. Okay, so taming the ego, no longer being reactive or afraid of our own emotions, choosing the highest form of love, which is unconditional love, no conditions, right? Opening our heart again is what's leading us to victory and success. A lot of people believe because we get so used to doing things on our own independently that we forget that the next step is collaborating with the right people, right? Gotta see this. Hi, Enchanted. Donna, Enchanted Vibes. Reverend says, like reality itself is wobbling, this wave breaks. It breaks it. Not sure what part of what. Oh, okay. It has so much to do with unconditional love. And because I kept seeing sevens, it's about learning how to have trust again and open up again after so much betrayal and pain and being tested to the max. But trusting your own intuition and trusting your own discernment. Um, yeah, spirit's showing me like you could tell if there's a snake in the camp. You know what I mean? I meant to say that out loud, and I don't like saying that, but you can trust. You can trust finally. People will not misuse because you can sense it. You can feel it. You can see it in people's eyes when they aren't, they don't have good intentions. What's this? Okay. So why does it feel like it's wobbling? Why does it feel like Light seers. I just heard light seers. What? It feels like it's wobbling because you probably never had this before, where you are literally having all your wishes come true. The right people are aligning. Your heart is open again. You're not afraid. You're not living in fear. Thank you, Spirit. You could see. You can see the truth. You can see that this is a whole new world that you're building. And it doesn't have the creepy crawlers, I heard. Antenna vibes. Yes, the trust thing is so hard. It makes me feel like I can't trust myself because I did in the past and I still went through all the BS. And this is a time for self forgiveness and no longer bathing in the shame, because that's what those lower energies want us to do. Keep bathing in the shame that we let ourselves be there. And what would people think if they knew? I kept going back. I used to go back, go back. I was so programmed. So programmed, and I consider myself fairly intelligent, okay? I was so programmed and conditioned by my abuser, I kept going back, and then I'd escape, and then I'd go back, and it was ridiculous. And I had to come to terms with the fact that I need to forgive myself, seeing that I was totally stuck in an illusion there was a lot of manipulative tactics used to keep me programmed to believing that I needed to keep going back. It's about allowing that to go so you could finally step into this. Realizing that you are no longer surrounded by people that can manipulate you because you are not reactive anymore. We had to experience that. Had to. Take that how that hits you. But we did well to get through that and experience that and learn from it, so that now that we are in this higher space, our higher version of ourselves, we will not allow that to happen again. We won't ignore the red flags. When there's a red flag, we duck out. We know it's not for us. And this is a part of adjusting and forgiving ourselves, our beautiful versions before that maybe didn't see through this because our heads were too pure. Why would we put ourselves in that kind of a mindset? Why would someone be that evil, right? It's okay. Here we go. I got to read this. Sorry. Enchanted says, I turned it inward. Enchanted vibes. Hi, Reverend. And I have to remind me, it was just training for discernment. It wasn't personal. Exactly. Life will line up the most unhealed individuals with other unhealed individuals in a way that triggers each of your wounds so that each are given the opportunity to learn from these triggered wounds. Some run from them and go through the cycle over and over until they finally see it as a cycle. And we all have. We've all gone through these repeated cycles. We cannot judge. And then eventually it gets so hard that you have no choice but to learn and see it, right? Or you just keep going through these cycles. And Shannon says, like I extracted the emotional aspect and saw it logically. Yes. And Conscious Soul 44 Donna says, so much illusion that we put our trust in the past. And guys, I like to keep it real. We're still experiencing the illusion. Okay. But what we're going to start to understand is we are controlling more of the illusion by seeing it for what it is. People that are casting illusions on us can no longer control and manipulate our next move or what we believe or put our attention on if we see it for what it is. Everything is a stage. Everything is a stage. Even like I said earlier in one of my readings, even the information trickling out saying, look, it's all coming to light. And so that's to make people cap themselves off and say, oh, see, everything's crumbling. There it is. There's more. It's so expansive. We haven't even touched on it. But think of it as we are sitting in this illusion, and what we put our focus on becomes our reality. So because we are finding each other, like-minded individuals, and we're putting more focus on what we want and seeing the illusions going, okay, if they could trick us once, they could trick us 10 times. They could trick us our entire life. This could be a trick, right? And this is the part of our ego that goes, is this the trick? Or is this the trick? Is that person a trick? So this is where this is bubbling up and we're questioning, yet we're excited because we can because we're aware of an illusion, it can no longer manipulate us. We could see the patterns, we see the red flags, and we don't go, oh, but I want it to be so bad. Maybe it'll just work out. We won't do that anymore, right? Reverend One says, pop goes the illusion, brilliant, but we need to face class 5 rapids, naked as a jaybird, laughing maniacally. Enchanted Vibes says, I feel like I have to turn off my humanity switch so I can see things from a neutral perspective without judgment and through the smoke screen. Yes. And that is about the healthy, once you attain this healthy detachment, which so many people are starting to do, where we are not attaching our happiness to a certain outcome, any people, any place, any job, we don't attach it to any of that. We are happy. We don't attach our best life or happiness or joy or excitement or dreams coming true to anybody else or anything else. And in doing that, we can see the truth. And we can see it in ourselves too. We have to also have that healthy detachment from us having to be right all the time, because our ego says we have to be right. We have to be right. And after doing the work, the healing work, going, well, we were wrong before. And do you remember last week? Like, it's about the only way we can grow and expand and allow the right people in and continue to aim and shoot for the stars. See, it's not scary, but instead it's a part of our growth, is to accept the fact that we're not always right and to keep our mind open and decide what's right for us in that moment, on that where we stand, right? Enchanted Vibe says, I feel like I have to turn off. Yeah, my humanity. I read that. Sorry. Is it Helena? Welcome. It is raining now. That's the big cleanse, right? That's nature's way of cleansing all the dirt. Enchanted Vibes. Yes, for sure. Leo's egos can be unmatched if we don't take it. Yes, Leos can be fiery and stubborn. There was a time where I wanted everybody to just be happy and healed so much that I'm sure I really irked people, because that's what I talked about. And, I figured it had to be a certain way, and maybe it had to be me to keep pushing it. And I look at it and I go, just live and let live. Live by, teach by example. And maybe our example will change next week, and maybe we'll see things differently again in a month, and just keep in our own lane. And that's all it takes. Reverend Winehorn says, enchanted, that's the key. A new perspective, hangman energy. Then we can choose, knowing any perspective is biased. Yes, and we can allow for that and have fun with it. That is so true, Reverend. And perspective is everything, and everyone's perspective is based on the wisdom, experience, knowledge that they've had in this life and the lifetimes before. Because remember, just like you get channeled messages from your guidance and your ancestors, each individual is like a snowflake, because their experience is going to be their truth. And they have it coming from spirit. They have it coming from this, physical world. They have it everywhere. Plus mix in the traumas that they've experienced, plus where they are in their growth and their journey. So everybody is right. Everybody is the truth for them. And it's about embracing and learning some of these different perspectives, saying, does that resonate with me? Could that be possibly something I would expand to also encompass or embrace? And that's the delight of it, is that everything is, the dynamics are so all over the place. Helena says, oh, it stopped. Oh, there you go. Okay, which initials is it New Zealand? Is that what NZ stands for, guys? New Zealand? Helena? That's cool if you're in New Zealand. Enchanted Vibes. Yes, Reverend, totally agree. And Conscious Soul 44 Donna says, our perspective is key in any choice, and choice is power. Yeah, it's a choose your own adventure, and your whole path changes with every decision. Do you use the toothpaste with fluoride? Do you not? Do you go down this road or that road? Do you choose to stay with this person because it's comfortable, or do you move on? Or all of the 10 gazillion every single day, it has so many choices. And our path is not linear like we think, it's all over the place. We are jumping timelines, we are altering which dimension we're standing in at that moment. That's why it's always ever now. Um, yeah, I don't know how I would describe that, but they're showing me that things come to us, right? And how we turn depends on what's coming at us at any given time. We are selecting by what we believe, what we think and focus on, and how we feel about it. The passion is what really brings that in. Um, okay, what have we got? Enchanted Vibe says, yes, Reverend, totally agree. Donna says, our perspective is key. Helena, I don't know why. I think that's what that stands for. Got a lot of initials and stuff happening, so I won't guess at what your acronyms mean. Enchanted Vibes, do you guys know how many? Oh gosh, what does it say? Unhealed people argue with me about the fact that perspective is everything. Why does that not surprise me? Helena says yes. And Conscious Soul 44, I'll see you guys at 7. Got to go potty and get my computer ready. Sounds good, because I think we're not far away from that. And Enchanted Vibes, I got hit with that bees so many times. It made me learn that not everyone will get it, and we don't have to force our perspectives on others. When the reality is to be revealed, it will. Exactly. Everybody in their own time. Helena, I did not choose. You did not choose? What didn't you choose, Helena? Reverend says, yes, that is it. At least I have found that to be true. And Helena says, because they used God. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about exactly, Helena. How come they did that? I don't know who you're talking about or what you're talking about, Helena, so I need a little more details. Somebody, you're saying used God, and why did they do that? What I know is that God runs through all of us, and what each choice represents is how we take that beautiful, healing, loving, unconditionally loving energy and project that out to others. And once we accept accountability for the fact that we make these choices, it is very empowering to realize we have more power than we realize, and we do have an impact and an influence on others based on what we bring out into the world. Reverend says, I will check in with all at 7, going to 10 to needed chores. Okay, I'll be sending a link in all of your email, okay? So look for the link in your email, guys. Enchanted, see you guys soon. And Helena says, Parnell and Zed. Okay. Well, Helena, I've got to get off here as well as all of these beautiful souls. Enchanted says, unhealed people will always choose to blame an external source instead of accepting accountability. This is true. And they also, being unhealed also looks outside for validation and for the answers. And once we learn the treasures inside, in our heart space, it's within us, and stop blaming others and start looking within for these answers and following these triggers as almost a source of the answer, right? That's where healing truly begins and the answers can be found. And Enchanted, they fear the shadow. Yeah, exactly. Helena, who is that? The church? I'm still not sure what you're asking, Helena. I am balanced. That's good. That's beautiful. Gary Collingwood is here. Virgin Earth. Is that what you mean with the Earth symbol there? Virgin Earth. Oh, it's so good seeing all of you. I just came on here briefly, and hopefully you can catch my next live. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, Earth Angel 3811, feel free to do so. It's free. And I usually, oh, we've got Jules Dragonfly too. Hello, everybody. Wow. If you feel called, you can subscribe for free. Hit that little bell so you know when I go live. And hopefully we can all catch each other on the next one. Helena, I do not understand why people study this. Well, everybody's on their own journey, right? Everybody studies what they need to when they feel called to by what's calling them, their God, their source, creator. And we can't judge others for which journey they're on and when and where they're at on their healing journey, their perspectives. We just allow it and stay in our own lane. Helena, it is natural movements. Okay, you guys, I'm glad I caught you briefly here. I'm on my way off though. I've got a meeting to do. So hopefully you'll catch me on the next live and bring your questions. I love doing live free readings when I'm going live. I'm sending you guys so much love, especially on this unconditionally loving day. I want you all to feel very loved and know that you're all unique and beautiful in your own way. And everything you hold, as far as beliefs, as far as what drives you, as far as your intuitive ideas, is very important for all of us combined. We are all very much connected. Okay? I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.